All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys have had a very, very good weekend wherever you guys are, and you guys are doing well and staying safe. And yeah, I mean, besides our disappointments in the weekend, dropping points against Fulham, it's good to see Arsenal losing, which was honestly, I actually tipped for that. I had complete faith that Everton could probably get something out of that match. And obviously, Liverpool getting spanked again, which is great to see. I think they're in a massive decline. They're probably even in a worse situation than us. In fact, I think, look, you know, if we stay patient, which we have to anyway, success will come our way. Whether the success happens under Graham Potter, I don't know, but you best believe the success will happen under someone because the owners are very, very serious. So that's a positive. Yeah, success is just bound to happen for us. It's just bound to happen. And yeah, it's like I wish we had won now, knowing that some of these teams had dropped points and we could have elevated ourselves into a very good position. Brighton keeps winning as well. Mitoma, one to look out for, man. Mitoma is looking very, very good, man. And Brighton as a team under Roberto De Zerbi is looking fantastic. But today we're here to talk about, ladies and gentlemen, Reece James posted a Instagram story late last night UK time. Now, whether it doesn't mean anything, we don't know. We'll talk about all of this. Is it coincidence? It seems too relatable, way too relatable with current situations. So of course, we'll talk about that and I'll give you my opinion on it. And I would love to see what you guys think about it. And Conor Gallagher to be rewarded with a new deal, apparently, with a new contract and a pay rise because he's killing it. He's killing it. He's getting man of the match performances for Chelsea. All that technical ability, the vision that he has, incredible. He's the linchpin. He's the one in the midfield that deserves the new deal, of course. Valan, thank you so much for the super chat, my man. Before the live stream had even started, my man Valan had already produced the super chat. Thank you so much. You're a massive, massive contributor to the channel in regards to super chats, along with many others as well. I do appreciate that. Thank you so much. Valan also is asking, must also talk about Flick being with Chelsea officials. Make no sense for him to fly from Germany just to watch only one player play. Smells fishy. Hey, it may smell fishy. Look, our owners, from what I've learned in this January transfer window, is that they are quite smart operators. They're ruthless and they have the best interest of Chelsea Football Club. Make no doubts about that. Yes, do they have ambitions to make some money out of Chelsea? Of course they do. They're business people. Of course they're going to try and make some money out of Chelsea, and that's okay. You don't enter a business to not make money out of it. Do you know what I mean? Even Roman, as many people might say, hey, Roman didn't think about making money. Let's be honest. Roman used the club, whether you like it or not, for other mechanisms, okay? To hide maybe money, to hide certain things. No one ever does anything just because it's a hobby. No, there are other means. Did Roman love Chelsea Football Club? Of course he did. But I think our new owners love Chelsea Football Club as well. But these business people do things for a certain reason. So with Hansi Flick, there could be a situation where the owners are just putting contingency plans together just in case, because you never know. You wish for the best. You wish that Graham Potter does well. You wish that he starts picking up wins and he shows improvement. You wish that our players also show improvement under him, because right now I can't really think of any players that has really improved under Graham Potter. And yeah, if results keep not going our way for too long, it may not be a problem if we end up dropping points against West Ham. It may not even be a problem if we get knocked out from the Champions League. But you continue this on for too long, it will be a problem. It will be a problem because the owners have invested a lot of money. So, yeah, I mean, look, Maybe he just came in to watch Havertz, but as you said, Valen, why would you travel just for one player? Um, a player that hasn't really been fancied by Hansi Flick either in the World Cup. It's not like he started every game, and Germany got knocked out in the group stage anyway. So I think there was one game where he didn't even feature at all. He was in the bench. I remember because I was following Germany. I follow Germany national team. And there was another game against Costa Rica where he came off the bench, and I think he scored a brace or he scored a goal, something like that. So yeah, it doesn't really make too much sense, but it could be a contingency. But one thing you best believe, ladies and gentlemen, with Hansi Flick, as soon as he comes in, the English media will have a headline article saying Hansi Flick absolutely admires Declan Rice. You best believe that will be one of the articles. Every single manager that has come in since Frank Lampard himself, they've all had the same article that they absolutely adore Declan Rice, and somehow they will keep linking him back to Chelsea Football Club. So you best believe that's one thing that will happen. That's one thing guaranteed. Hypothetically, if Hansi Flick was to be a Chelsea manager, hypothetically, that is one thing I can assure you will happen. Okay, next, let's have a look at this super chat from Valen. Thank you so much once again, my man, for this super chat. How to know if Reece was referring to other English teammates? Just see if any English journalist reports it. If none, it's an English player. This is what we're gonna talk about. This is gonna be a spicy show for you guys. And as I said, I want to see what you guys have to say about it as well. Which we'll get into very, very soon. Tim B, thank you so much for the super chat. If Gallagher is only a backup, I guess it's okay. I mean, when there is an offer for 45 million, and I know now it's gone and it was Everton, he didn't accept it, but when there is a value for Conor Gallagher in the range of 40 to 45 million, I don't understand why you'd want to give him a contract. You'd want to sell him unless the whole idea is let's give him that contract, secure him for a longer period, knowing that we can still do those long-term contracts before the summer window opens. So really take advantage of that contract situation. And then if someone comes in the summer, they will have to pay a premium to get Conor Gallagher. Look, in terms of him being a backup, my opinion is, and this is respectfully, I don't think he's Chelsea caliber. I really don't think Conor Gallagher is Chelsea level. We need better. Even backups need to be better. For God's sake, touch wood, something was to happen to, let's say, Conor Gallagher, to Enzo Fernandez or whoever else. You want the backups to, not the level should not be dropped so far below where, we can't even distinguish the team anymore. We can't even figure out what team is out there. So it's much like the Reece James Azpilicueta situation. I don't want it like that. I don't want the disparity to be that wide. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let's get the show rock and rolling. Thank you so much for tuning in. Over 360 people live right now. Smash the like button. Let's really try and aim for 300 likes during the live stream. It's going to be a fantastic live stream. I assure you that. It's going to be a good interactive live stream as well. Smash the like button. And if you're here for the first time, subscribe. Let's try and get to 21,000. And then let's race towards 30,000 down the track. So let's do that. Thank you to each and every one of you guys that has joined. All the regulars I can see. Much appreciated for joining. Okay, let's check out the first topic that we want to talk about. Now, Reece James Insta story. This is Reece James. As you can see over here, it's official tick in Instagram from him. This is the story that he had out. And look, Reece puts out quotes every now and then. He does. I'm not even going to lie. But specifically this one, and I just want you guys to marinate before you jump into conclusion, before you come up with your comments. Let it sort of simmer and marinate and let it cook for a little bit in your mind, just the way I allowed it to cook for a little bit. Now let's read what this story is saying. If you've got to persuade them to help carry the bricks, if you've got to persuade them to help carry the bricks, they aren't the ones to build with. They aren't the ones to build with. Let me repeat that again. If you've got to persuade them to help carry the bricks, Got to persuade someone to help carry the bricks, then they are the ones to build with. What does this mean? Is it just a random quote that he just nonchalantly bumped onto in in a website, or someone told him that a passing by stranger murmured it, whispered it, and he liked it, and he thought maybe I'll put it as a Instagram story? I mean, for me, this is not a coincidence, is it? Like this, I don't know about you guys. Like this happens to me in my life at times, right? This happens to me at times where certain things that bother me at work, let's say, or certain things that might bother me in my family, sometimes I'll put in cryptic messages on Facebook or Instagram, and just put out a message out there, very cryptic, but they know how I feel and what I'm saying. I've done it in my life. I want you guys to let me know. Have you guys done something like that in your life where something's bothered you, whether it's work, whether it's friends, whether it's at college, uni, school, family life, and you've put out something in social media in a cryptic manner to put out something out there for people to think about? I've done it. I'm sure you guys would have done it. Now, for me, this is this is not a coincidence. This is not a coincidence. What's he trying to say here? And surely Reece James is mature enough to know, even if this was coincidence, let's just say, that it was just a very simple message, a very nice message, a very deep thought message, a very wise message. Even then, Reece James's maturity should have let him understand that you put something like that in Instagram where millions follow you, and there's so many Chelsea fans that consistently follow your social media activities. Surely, Reece James, you would know that a message like this could be interpreted in many different ways. In many different ways. Now, some can say, "Nah, it's Reece. It's Reece. He does all these quotes. Let's not read too much into it." But have a read of what it's saying. Is he trying to send out a message that to his teammates? Are there way too many? Are there way too many members? How many people, ladies and gentlemen? How many people do we have? How many players do we have in our squad? Is it a message to any one of those guys? I believe we have over 35 or something like that, 35 players in our squad right now. I'm sure there would be players that need persuading to help carry the bricks. I'm sure you would have to be a fool to think that it's all rosy just because Graham Potter said recently in the press conference that there is a buzz, in the team. How can there be a buzz when a lot of the players will not be able to feature match in, match out? Whether we like it or not that some of them don't deserve to feature, but you best believe some of these players will not be happy with the current situation for them. As I said, whether we say that they don't deserve or not, that doesn't make a difference to them. Christian Pulisic, for example, is coming back from injury. Where's he going to play with all the attacking options that we have right now? Sterling has come back from injury. Is he going to be, a regular? Then you've got the Mounts, Gallagher, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, and in defense, Chalobah with Wesley Fofana coming back. I'm just saying, not everyone's going to be happy. Not everyone's going to be happy. And on top of that, Ziyech, with all the stuff that's happened to him recently. Mendy, don't forget, has lost his position to Kepa. As I said, whether you like it or not, rightly or wrongly so, some of these players obviously won't be happy. Alhambra, thank you so much for the super chat, my man. If Gallagher gets a new contract, then I'm not renewing my season ticket whatsoever. Not ambitious, and I ain't paying 2,000 to watch more dross. I mean, look, we're gonna get to the Gallagher situation, my man, very, very soon. Yeah, look, there could be some different theories as to why we're doing that, and we'll definitely talk about this. Gunjan, thank you so much for the super chat, brother. I wish we have more support like you, Matisse, Ryan, etc. Our fan base is more worried about individuals rather than the batch. It's mad, and this is why I like to come here on a regular basis, connect with you guys, and showcase my feelings. And I try to be as honest as possible, as truthful as possible, and the least amount of bias. Sometimes maybe I'm a little bit biased for certain matters, but as least amount as I can. I think with the platform that we are creating, Matisse is creating, Eunice, we try and give you guys and keep you guys well informed and not be idiotic about it. Do you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, we understand there's a lot of people that watch us, and we want to be able to give you guys good content that makes you think, and then you make whatever you want to make out of it, basically. And we don't want to sort of provide any type of content that sort of forces hatred towards anyone, or it's very biased, one-sided. And that's not how it works. That's not how it works. Well, definitely not for me. Valan, once again, thank you so much for the super chat, my man. English journalists will protect the English players by not reporting on this. It's a foreign player. There will be all over this. No one report. Nah, you're right. You're absolutely right, Valan. There's going to be nothing on this. It's going to be water off the duck's back. Do you know what I mean? No one will even bat an eyelid. Tim B, thank you so much for the super chat. He's probably building a house and getting quotes. Yeah. That's a good one. I like that one. He's probably building a house and getting quotes. Let's see what else you guys are saying. I really want to hear what you guys have to say. Persuade is about Mount's contract and his high demand, I'm sure. Look, I don't know whether maybe I don't really know how much of great friends Reece James and Mason Mount are, but for me, this is not just a basic quote that he just thinks that, okay, I'm going to share this with the mass media out there. I mean, he should have known. He could have given any other quotes, but a quote like that, he should have the maturity to realize this could spark a bit of a discussion point in the fan base. And I think if he didn't know that, that's quite foolish. That's quite foolish of him. As I said, I think we've all been in a position. Where something's bothered us in our life, and we've done cryptic messages and put it out there in social media. We've all done it. I've done it. And we know why we do it. Do you know what I mean? We know why we do it. So is this what Reece James is doing? The message says that some players do not like to play for the team or being lazy. True. If I was Potter, I would be selecting 16 players to finish the season, the ones that trying hard and contribute. And let's talk about this. Let's really talk about this. Now, let's assume for a second that it is Reece James trying to send out a message to his teammates, all of them, that if you are looking to be persuaded to lift the bricks, well, then you're not the right person to build with. Now, look, it's something around, as I said, over 30 players in our squad right now. I mean, what does Graham Potter do, ladies and gentlemen? What does he actually do? I personally feel, even though Graham Potter recently said that it's all good, there's a good buzz. I've said it with the January window that we've had in the fan base, there's been a good buzz. But I feel like there is tension inside the squad. There would have to be. Aubameyang, for example, has been abolished from the team. He's no longer part of the Champions League team, and he wasn't even part against Fulham, and he was allowed to go to Milan and have a little bit of a family time. Do you think Aub's happy? But Graham Potter has said that, look, he's been very professional. Aub's done nothing wrong. No problems. But surely he's not happy internally. You think Ziyech is happy? Do you think Christian Pulisic would be happy? Raheem Sterling as well. Do you guys remember, not that long ago, Kieran Dyer? Kieran Dyer was on True Geordie's show. And Kieran Dyer said some of these players don't really believe in Graham Potter. I 100% believe this. I 100% believe this. And this is why I said Graham Potter needs to figure out who these players are, and he needs to be ruthless. And it just can't. I feel like it's easy to be ruthless with Oba, but you got to be ruthless with other players as well. Players that don't perform. I don't know if you guys have seen Eunice's latest video, ladies and gentlemen. Eunice put out a video, his latest one, and he said there have been few people who go to the match and they've messaged him saying, Mount and Gallagher, you would have seen, obviously, against Fulham, how they're meant to be midfielders. They're meant to be the eights, but they're occupying inside forward spaces, the half spaces, and they're leaving Enzo and the space between Enzo and themselves a vast space, Enzo was the only midfielder, right? And apparently Graham Potter was, along with his assistant coaches, were barking out orders, were screaming out orders that you're too far ahead. You need to drop deep. And Mount and Gallagher were not following instructions. I don't know whether it was purposefully. I don't think they were. I don't think they would sabotage the football club. They love the football club. It's just maybe the IQ, maybe the footballing IQ is just not there. So Graham Potter, basically what I'm trying to say is that you've got to be ruthless. When certain players are not following instructions, you've got to be able to drop them. When certain players are becoming a problem in the team because they don't tend to appreciate you, you need to be able to put them aside. How does Graham Potter deal with this? Because this could become very detrimental to him. It could. He could end up losing his job in this manner. And I don't even completely blame Graham Potter, because I feel like, yes, it's been a great January transfer window where we brought in a lot of new players. Fantastic. Kudos. Excellent. We all had a party. All of us here, we all had a party. But we should have let go of a lot more players than just Jorginho. We should have been able to let go of Ruben Loftus-Cheek. We should have been able to let go of Ziyech. We should have. And if you guys remember, not that long ago, there was some articles in regards to Mendy and Kovacic from top journalists that cover Chelsea, saying Kovacic and Mendy probably not really enjoying the situation right now under Graham Potter. Mendy has even said, obviously it hurts him to lose his, number one position. And he said, his time, he loved the time under Thomas Tuchel. He absolutely loved it. Kovacic as well, similar, loved the time under Thomas Tuchel. I mean, I would not be surprised. I would not be one bit surprised. Kovacic, before the World Cup, was having these niggly injuries here and there and was missing a lot of games. Then he somehow miraculously plays every single game in the World Cup, high-level matches as well. And then after the World Cup again, these niggly issues here and there are popping out. Is he completely believing the process? Who knows? Who knows? All I'm saying is Graham Potter needs to weed out these people. And I think this is what I feel personally. And now this is my opinion. I personally feel this message from Reece James is probably a message towards Graham Potter. If anything, I think he's trying to send a message to Graham Potter that, brother, if you need to persuade people to carry the bricks, then they're probably not the right ones to build with. This is just my personal take. I don't think it's all rosy internally. I personally think Reece James has put that out there, stating, Mr. Potter, you probably need to be a little bit more ruthless with some of these players, because If you're too diplomatic, this isn't Brighton, man, where you have a smaller squad to work with and it's one game a week and it's easy days. Do you know what I mean? This is Chelsea Football Club where you're going to have to deal with superstars. It's difficult. Every single one of these players will want minutes. Christian Pulisic has already written a book about a manager. What do you think, Graham Potter, is going to happen to you, my man? Christian Pulisic has written a book. And he's not even retired yet. Pulisic is still so young. And Pulisic is coming back from injury. How are we going to give him any game time? Mudryk is here. João Felix is here. Madueke is here. Ziyech is here. Sterling is here. How are we going to give time to Christian Pulisic? Someone saying Pulisic has a good relationship with Potter, though. Yeah, okay. Let's see how long that good relationship goes. He also had a good relationship with Thomas Tuchel, didn't he, back in Dortmund? Did he? I thought Thomas Tuchel knew Christian Pulisic, right? Kyriakos, the message says that some players do not like to play for the team or being lazy. True, if it's Potter, I would be selecting 16 players to finish the season, the ones that trying hard and contribute. Fair enough. Fair enough. Pulisic is writing a new chapter, My Time at Hogwarts. Some of these players will have to go, or else it will become a massive issue for Graham Potter. Chelsea need another 600 million to replace the new 600 million players. Potter is not the problem. Another 600 to replace the 600. Look, a lot of players still need to go, man. A lot of players still need to go. Valan, thank you so much for the super chats. Sean Dyche is less than 3 days, have already more wins against the top 10 sides with relegation candidates Everton compared to Graham Potter. Mad. Look, Sean Dyche is not one to be messed around with. Sean Dyche is a serious manager. I don't know if you guys have noticed the lineup that he had out against Arsenal. He dropped a lot of players that Frank Lampard was using as first team players. There was a lot of players I saw in the bench that were starting for Frank Lampard, and he dropped them. Sean Dyche, I'm telling you, he will fight you. He will, like a lot of people say he looks like Stone Cold Steve Austin. He does. I'm telling you, he'll go out there and he'll give you a stunner. When you're looking that way and you turn around, boom, stunner out of nowhere. You do not mess with Sean Dyche. This man, how he was able to keep Burnley up in the Premier League for so many seasons with the budget that they have, that's mad. That's mad. Graham Potter needs to get aggressive. Graham Potter needs to come into the touchline, and if certain players are not listening to his instructions, he needs to pull them out immediately. Even if it's after 5 minutes. Even if it's after 5 minutes, the game started, and he sees a couple of players or any players that are not listening to his instructions, he gives them one chance to rectify that. And then even after that, they don't rectify, and the matter continues. On the 10th, 15th minute, sub them off. Yes, embarrass them right in front if you have to. You have to show that you're the man. And if you're scared that that's going to create an issue in the dressing room, well, either way, you're going to get messed up anyway. Either you correct the attitude and you send a message to others, or you let it be how it is, and we're going to keep getting draws against Fulham, losses against other teams. Now we can't even expect the win against West Ham. It's too much miss. It's a bogey ground. West Ham is a bogey ground for us. It's a Saturday midday start. It's a start where we don't do well, so forget about winning it. Don't worry about it. Cross next weekend off. We focus on Dortmund and then see what we can do. This is a mentality that's been put into us now. Do you think Sean Dyche is telling this to Everton players? Oh, guys, That team is a bogey team. Arsenal is a bogey team. They're top of the table. They got a lot of good players. We don't really have good players. Don't worry about it. We'll try next week. Oh, next week's Liverpool. Don't worry. We tried the week after. Don't worry about it. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Just take it easy. Just don't get injured. We'll see what happens after. Do you think Sean Dyche is doing that? Every game you got to fight. You've got to fight. You got to show you're the boss of Chelsea Football Club. You are the one that needs to be respected before anything. Simple as. Respect is a huge factor. When one doesn't have respect, I think that's game over. Think about it. Think about it from a personal standpoint, from your personal life. People that you don't respect, would you ever work for them? Could you ever work for them? Would you have the mental capacity to listen to their orders? As much as you may say, oh, but they're professionals, they're still getting paid. Like, there is a human element. When you can't respect someone, it's too difficult to listen to them. Hey, Biz, do you remember the match against Leicester where Conor got a red at 28 minutes and Mason got subbed off at halftime, but we ended up playing better and won the game as well? Yeah, I do remember that. There's been many cases like that. There's been many cases where as soon as, I think even against Fulham, to be honest, when Mount came off, I think we were looking a little bit better. But it's not just Mount. Havertz, Gallagher, many other players as well. Ziyech, Cucurella. We need to do a stream on Cucurella very soon. He needs to wake up. Means we will see decline of this team. Believe it, because we are not winning trophies. We will only challenge for good position to finish with Potter. Look, as I said, our owners are not stupid. I have complete belief and faith in our owners. After the madness that these guys did in January and the kind of conversations that our owners are putting out there in social media, in terms of stadium development and where they want to picture Chelsea at a certain stage, the multi-dimensional structure with buying different clubs, like and all the different sponsorships, marketing, campaigns and whatnot, trying to increase the revenue of Chelsea. They've got plans to increase Chelsea revenues to 1 billion per season. It's not a joke. These owners, I'm convinced now, they're the real deal. Do they want to make money out of Chelsea? Of course they do. Do they potentially one day want to sell Chelsea? Maybe they do, yes. Everyone has an exit plan. No one does a business forever. But you best believe these owners are not messing about. And these owners, as much as we get the idea from the English journalists that, look, Graham Potter's job is safe, and it is probably safe, but you continue not delivering, every single game, it matters, matter changes. Don't get 3 points against West Ham, the heat increases. Get knocked out by Dortmund in the Champions League, the heat will increase even more. The more you linger around in 10th position, the heat will only keep increasing in the oven. You will be cooked. And on top of that, if our style of football doesn't look better and there doesn't seem to be a particular plan, there doesn't seem to be a particular philosophy sort of materializing, the heat will increase for sure. The heat will increase. And the more you make incorrect decisions when you're doing lineups, the more you make incorrect decisions during in-game, the more you don't make proactive decisions when you can see certain players are not listening to your instructions, the heat will increase. Valen, thank you so much for the super chat, my man. One thing I would like to say about Flick, give me 1 second, sorry. About Flick being with Chelsea official at the game. Steve Holland was there too, but no official came to see him. Fair enough. Look, I don't know. We'll see. Time will tell. Time will tell, Valen. Time will tell. if we continue with this subpar performances and not picking up the 3 points, there will be pressure. Gunjal, thank you so much for the super chat. I don't think we are going to win one single match with Mount, Gallagher, Havertz on the pitch. Mark my words, these lads forgot what they are playing for, period. I mean, for sure, Mount is... His confidence has shot. Like, something's happened. Something drastic has happened to Mason Mount. His confidence is supremely low. Is it all the contract situation? Is he not getting what he wants? Is it bothering him? Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. I'm sorry, miss. If he loses versus West Ham and he plays Gallagher and Mount and Havertz, he should be sacked because it shows his lack of balls to bench media darlings. Yeah, of course. Of course. Of course. I do agree. Now, next up, let's have a look at this. Some more good news. As our Chelsea admin once upon a time said that for Morata. Some more good news. Chelsea want to reward Conor Gallagher with a new deal and pay rise after refusing to let him leave in January. This is from Alan Nixon. He does get a few things right. I think he's quite close to Chelsea Football Club as well. Reward Conor Gallagher with a new deal and pay rise after he refused to leave. Wow. Pay rise and a new deal because he refused to leave. What about pay rise and a new deal because he plays well? I thought you need to play well in order to get these things. Just because he refused to leave, now he gets... Look, I've got a theory with this. I think we're just trying to protect his value. I don't know how many years are left in his contract. Someone help me out in the live chat. Nearly 700 people live. Smash the like button, number one. Let's get the likes up to 300 minimum during the live stream. Hope you guys are really enjoying this and enjoying the interaction as well. And yeah, if you're here for the first time, subscribe. So make sure you do that immediately. Helps the channel out a lot. The likes are the direct correlation to the growth of the channel. And if you want the channel to do well, let's smash the like button. But my theory with Conor Gallagher, someone please let me know in the live chat how many seasons he's got left in his contract, please. My theory is, I think we're trying to protect his value. There's been some rumors, obviously, he's in the market to be sold. And apparently, obviously Chelsea got that offer from Everton and Conor Gallagher has declined it. Maybe Chelsea could have been entertaining it. Maybe Chelsea would have entertained it. Robbie's saying 2 seasons. Yeah, 2 seasons. There you go. So maybe at the end of this season, there's just one more season left or something. Or maybe at the end of this season, 2 seasons left. And this is probably why Chelsea might be... expires in 2025. Fair enough. Okay, so 2 seasons left at the end of this season. Chelsea might be protecting his value, I think. I think Chelsea might be protecting his value. This is why Chelsea wants to give him a new contract. I don't know how much of a pay rise he's going to get. I don't know what he's on right now. Maybe it might be just a small little bump up. I highly doubt he's going to get somewhere around, 150,000. That would be so ridiculous. That's literally throwing money. But then again, he's a homegrown player. He's from the academy, so there is no transfer fee that's associated with him. So you could potentially give him a little bit more money, but that kind of prizes him out if he ever wants to move. One of the biggest issues some of the rival clubs face when they buy Chelsea players is they're on high wages. And once a particular player is on high wages, these players, they don't want to go backwards in their life. So I don't think Conor Gallagher would be getting too much of a pay rise from whatever he's on right now. But I think we're just trying to increase his contract terms from 2025 to maybe 2027, secure him for longer. And then that way we can then demand a high price for Conor Gallagher. As I said, I like his attitude. I think he really, really loves Chelsea Football Club. You can see it. He does. He wants to make it at Chelsea Football Club. But I'm sorry, Conor Gallagher is not Chelsea level. I've seen him in the past couple of matches literally run into players. He doesn't even look up. He just gets the ball and it is chaos. It is a mayhem. When Conor Gallagher has the ball, it is absolute mayhem. It's like it's hot potato. Like he just needs to get rid of it. Like he's just crazy. There's no thought process. It's all action. It's all 100 kilometers an hour. There's no technical ability, let's be honest. He's built for counter-attacking football. He really is. He's built for that Crystal Palace style. Lots of work without the ball. Lots of work without the ball. Don't give me the ball. I don't want to see the ball. I don't want to see the ball. But counter-attack, I want to run 300 kilometers an hour and then see if I can score a goal. That's Conor Gallagher. Perfect counter-attacking player. And there's no issues with that. Absolutely no issues with that. Conor Gallagher's touches as well, very poor. Final third decision-making, poor. He will every now and then bang in a nice shot, of course. Every now and then maybe he might put in that nice pass, but it's few and far between. Do you know what I mean? Few and far between. For me, this particular news makes me think that we're just trying to protect his value so that we can sell him. Let's see what you guys are saying. Both Mount and Gallagher holding the midfield. People are using Mount mishaps to judge Conor. Had a world-class pass to Fofana. Yeah, as I said, one pass and we wanna lose our mind over it. Few and far between, man. It's got to be on a regular basis. Because good technical players have a different aura with the ball. It's like most times slows down when they are on the ball, and Conor is not it. Exactly. Look at Enzo. It looks like he has so much time on his hand. It's just a solid technical player who's also very good off the ball. Have a look at Enzo's stats against Fulham. Defensively, Enzo was a monster as well. Gallagher is just a road runner playing like an idiot with zero output and so much reckless. Because of him, Enzo had to stay behind and he could not go ahead like he does. I absolutely agreed. RS7, he's a bit like Andres Pereira when he was at United. Conor Gallagher created more chances too and completed more attacking third passes, 18 out of 19, than any other Chelsea against Fulham. See, this is when you have to watch matches. This is where I have issues with stats. I know I just talked about stats for Enzo, but I did that because I watched Enzo with my eyes and he was damn good. That's when you can back up your eye test with stats. But when people produce these type of stats, which are probably true, and stats can be misinterpreted massively. And stats, I'll tell you, I've given this example previously as well. Do you know what a successful cross is? A successful cross can be something that's delivered into the box successfully, like it's not blocked, and no one even touches the ball. Like there doesn't need to be a header. It could go into the box and it could just bypass everyone and then just fall outside the box or even go out. Like that would be deemed as a successful cross as well. Successful cross doesn't necessarily mean that someone's actually got to the end of it. It just means that it's entered the box. And there's many other like stats that can be misinterpreted. A successful cross can also be someone crossing it in and the cross was nowhere near the box. Like someone just crossed it in and it was just maybe well outside the D and someone just got that cross. Like it depends on the quality of the cross as well. Stats are strange. This is where you have to watch the match and then back it up with stats. To say that he was the most creative player against Fulham, that's mad. That is mad talk. That is absolutely mad talk. But anywho, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap things up. these are the couple of things that I wanted to really highlight today. And yeah, let me know. People that have just tuned in, you could just rewatch from the beginning. Let me know in the comment section how you feel about both the Reece James conversation that we had, the Conor Gallagher conversations that we had, and yeah, we're gonna wrap things up. Just gonna take a couple of more comments before we wrap things up. Is I feel Mount would have been better in Gallagher position with Gallagher taking ball and passing. That's for Mount, perhaps. Yeah. RN, Connor and Mason Mount are getting exposed with all the better technical players we have signed. How better players are with basics, with weight of pass, vision, and control. They need to up their game fast. 100%, they need to up their game fast. Vinny, love the channel, Miz. Keep up the great work. Much appreciated. All right, ladies and gentlemen, on that note, thank you so much. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash the like button. And if you're here for the first time, subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. And I shall catch you guys very, very soon, later tonight with another video. 2 content per day. As I said, sometimes you may even get 3, but 2 minimum. Later tonight in UK time, in the evening, approximately around 7:30, 8 p.m. UK time, you'll see another video. Shorter video, obviously, just wrapping up the day's news. Until next time, everyone. Take care. See ya.